Greetings and howdy from, where am I? Mannheim, Pennsylvania. See, I got a new background. And that lovely noise you hear is a whole house generator running. Yes, there's a power outage in the community. Hopefully you can still hear me, because it is a little loud, but because when I came home, the neighbor over there informed me that the whole community was out. Let me see if I can raise this a little bit. There we go. The whole community is out, but he says, but your generator's running, and she told me there was a whole house generator. It blinked apparently once yesterday because the timer, the clock on the stove was blinking last night. I didn't bother to reset it before I left to go to the gym, so it's probably a good thing because they say it'll be back on in about an hour and a half. But I did find there's a gas grill right over here, Weber, little tiny one. All I brought with me for this 3-day trip was 3 pounds of hamburger patties. So I was planning to cook up a few. I had bacon and eggs here this morning. Since I've kind of been splurging, that 40 pounds down is probably closer to maybe 30 pounds down at this point. But I have tightened up today, which is kind of a sacrifice because this is Amish country. I actually saw a Amish horse and buggy. The rope was tied to one of the street lights or the light poles in the Aldi parking lot yesterday when I went to get some bacon. Fortunately, the homeowner had left me a dozen eggs and said to use them because I didn't stop on the way because they were in a hurry to get to the beach. So I just rushed up here. The only thing I brought from home was the hamburger patties, some ranch dressing that I like to dip cheese in, and the coconut oil to cook the eggs. But of course I had enough bacon grease to cook them this morning. But the coconut oil generally helps raise my ketone level. This is a big forest preserve behind me. There's a fire tower up some trails, and I probably will go later and take some pictures. But apparently the fire tower is called Governor Dick, and this is the Governor Dick Preserve. You can see it's very, very thick with underbrush. And so, there's a tree down over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe not even with me going that way. But it's a pretty little backyard here. I am on the back porch, which has lights that are on a timer. Front porch also has lights like this. But I thought this would be a little more scenic than looking back onto the trailer. So yes, I am actually staying in a double-wide mobile home, or manufactured home, or whatever they're called these days. But it's very nice. It has granite countertops. The only real way you know you're in a mobile home is when you, step down out of the shower, and it's a bigger step than you are expecting. For some reason, they always raise the bathtubs a little bit off the floor in mobile homes, I guess to help with drainage, even though they're off the ground. I don't know. I lived in a single wide when I first became a police officer. I'm not above living in a mobile home, and this is actually a nice senior community. They have lots of nice little homes along here, and then this big advance of parkland. Yesterday, driving up, I was in about 3 hours of rain. There may have been a few minutes it wasn't raining. That's another reason I didn't stop. But once the owners left, I did go. I found an Aldi. It was about 20 minutes away. That's really the only thing I could criticize about this area, or maybe Pennsylvania in general, is that there's lots of 2-lane roads, and they go everywhere, and there's lots of stuff along them, but it may be like a welder or tractor supply or something. It's a lot of farmland around here. In fact, I need to look up. There's a small plant, and we saw it in Northern Virginia when Judy and I were coming back from Harper's Ferry. And I told her I thought it was peanuts, and I still think it's peanuts, but they're kind of browning right now, and I think that's when they mean the legume, which is in the ground with a peanut, is ready to harvest. I'm going to double check that and look it up. And it does look a little dark here, so I won't talk too long, but I am enjoying this house sit. I have a niece and a great niece about 15 minutes that way, and a nephew about 15 minutes that way with another great niece, of which I have not met that one yet. So I'm looking forward to meeting her on Saturday. My niece, I think, is planning to cook dinner for all of us, so they're going to have the girls take their naps and then meet up. So I'm going to meet them about 3 or 3:30 on Saturday. It'll make it a late night getting into Mom and Dad Saturday night, and then I'm on the road Sunday to North Carolina. So the dogs have kennels, crates. They're at the foot of the bed in the guest bedroom, and I could hear every time the collar jump or they scratched the plastic or moved a pillow around. So I had kind of a fitful sleep last night. But once I fed them breakfast and took them for a walk, I went back to bed and probably slept 2-3 hours, pretty much undisturbed. Then I went to a new gym with the Active and Fit program because I saw it had a hot tub. Of course, I asked for a guest pass on the website, which it provided me, but they didn't really know what to do with it. So she said, normally we just join you. You join, and then you don't have to worry about a guest pass. But since I said I'm only going to be here one day, maybe two, she said, oh, just go on in. But the pool was appointment only, so when I went to cool off and walk down the ramp to get in the pool, she goes, I'm sorry, this is appointment only. You can only really use the hot tub. So going out, I told her going in, I might be back tomorrow, maybe Saturday. But going out, I said, nah, I'm not going to be back. You don't have to worry about letting your coworkers know that you let me in on a pass and didn't actually register me, even though they don't really have passes. So it seems like that program is very legitimate, and I'll probably do a whole video on it at some. Oh, here comes the sun. It'll be getting a little bit brighter behind me. Maybe in here. I got a glare on this high top table beside me. I got my arm on. That's why I'm leaning over, and a high top chair. There is a nice glider over here made of wood. It has a nice cushion on it. I did my Zoom call between here and there yesterday, and I got Obi, the little Maltese puppy, 4 months old, about 4 pounds. I held him, and then he sat on the glider beside me. And Jedi is the older King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, and then the sun just went by the cloud again, as you think. So he's at the door looking out at me. I have the front door and the back door open for ventilation since the generator is running. I cut the air conditioner unit off. I don't know how much fuel that has or how much power it produces, so I don't want to overburden it. It's very comfortable out here. Let me look at this other phone. I'll tell you. Well, I actually don't have this area programmed in yet. 77 in Northern Virginia, so I imagine it's less than that here. I know when I drove up yesterday, it was about 66, is what the car's thermometer said. Of course, it was a light rain and a lot of 2-lane roads. I passed through Maryland and then into Pennsylvania. I don't think I'm going to have time to get to Gettysburg National Battlefield Park because it's going to be very late when I go home. So I would have to go tomorrow, and it's about a 2-hour drive, and I'm not into a 4-hour round trip, even though I'd love to see the battlefield. I'll be back up this way at some other time, and I'll make a video then. But as far as things go, everything's good. I am steadily working on getting videos off of CP59Fit and uploaded on here. But I got to the point where I have to delete a bunch off this laptop I'm using to have room to download more, so maybe I'll do that after this. But those should all go live in the week or 12 days I'm gone for the cruise. Then the cruise ones will have to go live when I get back and have a chance to upload them. I'm not paying for internet on a cruise ship. I can live unwired for 8 nights. I think I can survive. And then I can still film, and then I'll upload maybe on the train ride, on the way back, or at the Airbnb. We're staying one extra night in Fort Lauderdale at an Airbnb, which is very close to the port. And then we're catching the train out, which should get me back all in one day. I think it leaves about 8 in the morning down there. We'll probably get back to Northern Virginia about, 10 at night. or Fredericksburg, actually, is where I'm leaving from. I don't know, I may ride it just all the way to Union Station and then get the subway out to close to my parents if I can work out a way to get there. And then I got to figure out a place to leave the car, because you have to get a daily pass at my parents' place. Anyway, I can drive to Fredericksburg and have her friend take us over to the train station, just leave my car at her apartment complex. If you're wondering, yes, there is a Sheetz, Sheetz, about 5 miles up the road, which on these little roads is a good 10 minutes. So when I went up to the Aldi, I stopped there, filled up my new jug I got in Roanoke. I haven't shown you that yet. It's even bigger than the Dollar Tree ones, for 81, 85 cents, something like that. So I'm drinking flat Diet Mountain Dew, and it was really good to see Levi in Warrenton, the guy that stocks the shelves. Even, are you still drinking the Diet Mountain Dew? I'm like, well, yeah, but not supposed to be. So I'm glad he remembered that and spoke with me. It's always good to see him. He was one of the friendliest employees, probably the friendliest employee at the Warrenton Sheetz, but he only works 3 nights a week when the truck comes in. And then thank you to the lifeguard at LA Fitness. Ultra is your name on YouTube. Thank you for watching and keeping me motivated. You're very fit, and so is Levi, in kind of in different ways. He's a little bit more slender than the lifeguard. Both very fit young men. I'm glad I know both of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, there's a little button that'll pop up in the last 20 seconds over here, or there's a red subscribe link down below. Like I say, a lot of my travel vlogs will be uploading on this channel very soon, so there'll be a whole lot of content to watch real quick. I'm going to go in there and figure out if I have to use the griddle or use the stove. I'm going to cook some of these hamburger patties and have those with mayonnaise. And I don't think I brought any cheese, so that's a bump. I do have the ranch dressing that's made with canola oil instead of soybean, so that's better for me. But I really got to tighten down between now and the cruise, because I was buying smaller clothes because I was going down, and then every time I go down, I guess psychologically I go back up. This lady had a birthday party the day before I left, so there's some pumpkin pound cake in the refrigerator. I don't want to sound too hicky here. Anyway, I had a slice of that this morning. There's probably 2 more slices left. I probably will finish that off, and she left me some watermelon and some, I think she called it summer pasta salad. That may or may not get eaten, I don't know. But it's a lovely little place. It's a lovely little senior community here. I have access to gyms. I'm going to go to another one tomorrow if I go. I think that's a YMCA. Maybe they'll know how to do a guest pass. Thanks. I'm doing well. Well, I didn't get to see you. You got to see me, but it's always good to know you're out there watching. God bless. Love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.